Welcome to selfdiscoverymedia.com, where we discover the communities that are making a difference in the lives of others. Our self-discovery is something we are all making on our life's journey. Here you will find the people that will be your guidance, that will be your inspiration, that will be there for you in support on your journey of life. Do enjoy. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sarah's View of Life, right here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. I'm your host, Sarah Troy. Optimism. We look at that word of being optimistic, but nowadays it seems to have taken on a negative connotation. Being optimistic means pie in the sky, or got your head in the clouds, you're just a dreamer, you're being too optimistic, that can never happen. But what happened to the real meaning of the word? Meaning that everything is possible. I am optimistic that things will turn out right, that I'm optimistic that it is possible. Well, I think it's a beautiful word, and I think that we need to use it in a more positive way. I have, if you've listened to any of my previous shows recently, had a little crossroads that I had to face, and I will admit it derailed me. I'm still in the midst of it, but I am more optimistic on my chances of resolving it, overcoming it, and being able to redirect myself. If we don't have that optimism, we don't have the drive, the inspiration, the dream, the possibility in moving forward. It's very, very easy to feed the negative side of things. Yeah, but what if it doesn't work? Or what if this happens? Or what if that happens? It's so easy to go down into that valley of doom and gloom. It's easier in many ways than to literally rise up into that higher frequency and go, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm optimistic it will take me down a path that will be of service to me. And it is a lesson learned and maybe a challenge I need to face because of the lessons I will learn from it. So there's always a reason for why we go through things. Even at the time, it's like, no, why me? And we're allowed to go through that grief. You know, as a couple of shows ago, I was talking about going through the emotions of the trauma, of the upset, or whatever's happened to you. If we don't go through those emotions, we can't get to the clarity. And that actually is with anything in life, big or small. We must go through the emotions. At first, it's almost a feeling of despair, but certainly of loss, of confusion, of pain, of anguish, of the what if possibilities. And, then the anger. And with the anger, we want to lash out, but we just need to kind of speak it out, exercise it out, work it out. And then we get to that spent emotion, and then we can see the clarity. What can be done about it? Well, I'm in the what can be done about it phase. I'm doing what can be done about it. I've already started that, already getting results. I'm going to keep persisting. I am optimistic that in whatever way this is going to turn about, that this is going to be something that will happen for the better. And it's not just me, it's an awareness that needs to be brought to a situation that is not serving many people. So when we choose to be optimistic about something, we are feeding it positive energy. We're feeding it possibilities. And in those possibilities, we're feeding the solution, because we are opening up those channels, those wonderful channels through the divine information that will come through us and resonate in our heart and truth, lift our spirits into action, and our mind will know what it needs to know when it needs to know it. That clarity that comes through us, because sometimes in our own heads, we are deducing too much. We are analyzing. We're going around and round and round and round in circles. And we need to step out of it so that we can allow that wonderful divine knowledge to come through us, because then all of a sudden it's the aha, This is what I need to do. And you may not know how to do it, but because you're so clear on that it needs to be done or what needs to be done, you just start doing it and you realize things are falling into place. So I think if we could bring some optimism into our lives and really look at the possibilities that we could succeed, the possibilities we could achieve, the possibilities that it's all possible, then I think we would open up more to that wonderful vibration, that higher frequency, that higher energy that will elevate us into that possibility. What are you optimistic about in your lives? I know this last year and a half has been, one roller coaster after the other. I don't think anybody hasn't been affected by it in some way or other, big or small, tiny or gigantic. It's been certainly a prodder for us to look at ourselves as human beings, to understand we are community, need to be there for each other. It's a prodder to show us our opulent life and how simple life can really be and how beautiful it can be in that simplicity. It's a prodder to really what is important in life and what isn't. It's been a prodder of redirecting into a different channel that actually serves you better. It's been a prodder of different perspectives and how easy it is to divide rather than unite. As a human race, we're pack people. We want to belong to a community. We want to belong to that village. But it's one of the things that I think we definitely need to get rid of is the judgment, our self-judgment and judgment on others. When you are very righteous and judge others, very often it is coming from a place of great insecurity within yourself. And no optimism can come into your mind at that time because you're so busy judging, and then from the judging, damning, persecuting, executing that personal situation, that no light can come through you because you've stepped into the darkness. You want God and the devil? Well, the devil is that darkness, not the darkness of peace, but the darkness of self-righteousness, of condemning, of judging because somebody's different. And we don't have the right to do that. We can, and it is our right to do, desire to be people with people that are more like vibrational to us. We can choose not to be around people that may not be as positive as we are. But we don't have a right to judge other people because their thoughts are different, their perspectives are different. I have friends that are very anti-vax, very anti-government, very anti-everything else. On some scales, I completely agree with them. On others, I don't. That doesn't mean we're not friends. It doesn't mean that I don't care for them. It's just that we're not always on the same channel. So am I going to pass judgment on her and throw her to the wolves because I feel I'm right when she feels she's right? We're both right from our own perspectives. I understand her story. So there is what lies that beautiful diversity of looking at things from different angles and seeing the different view of it, the 3D effect. Look at it from all over it and see it from somebody else's perspective because they probably do have a very good opinion that we need to address. There is no black and white. There is always gray and shadows. So I think we can be very optimistic that we can come together as a human race in all our differences, discuss them, not righteously, not condemningly, not judgmentally, but could discuss them to understand why they feel that way, have them be open to understand why you feel this way, and to understand maybe the logics and the facts that are facing, and then come to a conclusion. We jump too much into conclusions without all the facts. And it's so easier, easy to write that hurricane of righteousness, judgment, and hysteria. And we've seen plenty of that in the last year and a half, actually in the last 5 years, 5, 6 years, because a certain person, prime minister or president of a country, was a real shoot starer and stirred people up all the time into that hurricane. And a good leader will bring about the calm. A good leader will lay the platform for which you to see clarity, to which you'll know what to do in moving forward in a creative, solutional way. So we're far from those good leaders right now. There's bits here and there, but why you're waiting for that leader to turn up? Why not be the leader in your own life? Why not step into some optimism? Why not step into, I believe it's possible, and the only way it's going to be possible if I make it happen. And be optimistic about kindness and caringness starting with you. Be optimistic about, it doesn't matter how you feel right now. I understand you may be hurting. This has been a rough couple of years. We are going to get through this. We're going to heal from it. So it's the time to be optimistic that better days are ahead. And you know, if we seed those seeds and we water those seeds and we nurture those seeds, we can be optimistic that they will grow into a beautiful harvest. So folks, let's be optimistic about optimism. Let us be positive. Let us believe in the miracles of life. Let us believe that we can make it happen. Look at 100 years ago, cars were coming into play. The fact that everybody could have a car, did anybody think that was ever possible? A few people had the phone. The fact that everybody could have the phone, and now they could have it in their hand or in their watch. The fact that we can go to the moon, which was just science fiction. Now we're discussing Mars. People can take pleasure trips up to the stratosphere. All of the things that we never thought was possible have become possible. So let us as a human race look at our possibility of becoming better people towards each other, towards ourselves, towards this planet, please. And understand we're all in this together, and only together can we get through it. I'm optimistic that we can, because I know the goodness that lies in people's hearts. I know the caringness. I know the compassion. I know the passion for wanting to contribute something good that's going to grow well. Hate has grown nothing. Fear is an absolute creative killer. Judgment of others, of yourself, absolutely stops any form of progress. But when you step into that light, from the darkness of the seeds that grow beneath, and allow the sun to nurture that growth into being, let us be optimistic that we are going to most certainly have a beautiful harvest in the future of our own seeding, our own making. So folks, I wish you well. Have a wonderful week. And until next week, I'm optimistically saying bye for now. We hope that you enjoyed the show. You will hear many, many shows here on selfdiscoverymedia.com. We have new shows for you out every week. Just find them on our podcast or What's New. If you feel that you have something to share that makes a difference in the lives of others, or you too feel that you could be a host, please contact me at info@selfdiscoverymedia.com, and we will be glad to speak with you. Have a wonderful day.